Dead Wednesday by Jerry Spinelli. The 9th of June, aka Dead Wednesday. 6:57 a.m. No way. This is Worm's first groggy thought even before he opens his eyes. He actually whispers it into his pillow. No way. Because the feeling he wakes up with, the same one he went to bed with, makes no sense. He wants to go to school. Wants to! But now, eyes open, head clearing, he realizes it's true. For the first time in his life, he does want to go to school. He deliciously reviews the reasons. Number 1, it's a half day. Ha! If. Number 2, if you're an 8th grader. Then you get to motorize on out of there at the end of 4th period. That's 11:43 if you're keeping score. And OMG, does it get any better? Even though he'll be there, it'll be like he's not there. Think it again, Worm. Like he's not there. Why? Because of this dumb, gorgeous thing called Dead Wednesday. He's been hearing it since his elementary days. If you're an 8th grader, you get to be invisible. In the past 2 years, he's witnessed it. No teacher will ask you a question. Nobody will hassle you. You can goof off all you want, and nobody will care. Worm has witnessed frisbees and moose calls flying in the hallways. Eddie himself has said many times, "You can stand on the teacher's desk and blow a rocket blast-off fart, and you won't get sent to discipline." Worm doesn't doubt Eddie, but neither does he care much about the license to goof off. To begin with, he's not a goof-offer. Plus, he likes the part about being invisible. For Worm is well named. He prefers to be out of sight. Underground. Watching. Listening. A spectator. He walked the world unseen. That would be Worm's perfect epitaph. He mouths a silent thank you to the rappers. Number 3. Every minute spent in school brings the end of it closer. 7 days and a wake-up. And then comes the only thing that makes the 9.5 months of school endurable. The ocean, the prairie, the vast Siberia of schoolless time, known as summer vacation. So yeah, today he wants to go to school. Oh, and how could he forget? Number 4, the fight. Jeep Waterstone and Snake Davis are going to fight at 12:30 at the old cannon in Veterans Park. They've hated each other since 1st grade, and they're finally gonna settle it. So Worm has awakened to a day like no other. A day of 4 beautiful things. He stretches in bed, reviews the beautiful things in his mind. Every Thanksgiving, when 2 grandmas and a grandpa show up, Worm's father stands over the turkey and smothers everybody in a stupid grin and shakes his head as if he can't believe it and says, "We are truly blessed." Until that moment passes, Worm is always a tight knot of cringe. But now, for the first time, he gets it. He is blessed. 7:10 a.m. Worm's PJ bottoms are down at his knees when his bedroom door begins to open. He screams, "Mom!" The door slams shut. "You're never up!" she screams back. "Well, I'm up today." "You're never up!" "I'm up! Every morning I have to drag you out of bed." He can tell by her receding voice that she's heading back down the hallway. "Every morning of your life." Did she see him? He doesn't think so. He caught a glimpse of her chin and fingers at the edge of the door, but no eye. He quickly fumbles out of his PJs and into his clothes. As he's pulling on his sneaks, he wonders how many will show up at the fight. All the guys, he figures. And some girls. Shoot, maybe even a teacher or 2. He tugs his laces tight. He smiles. He allows himself a little giggle. He whispers to his sneaks, I am truly blessed. 7:13 a.m. The blessing abruptly ends as Worm walks the plank. That's what it feels like. Down the hallway, past his parents' bedroom, down the stairs, through the dining room. Only it's not a normal dining room. People are already there, strangers, sitting at 2 round tables, eating breakfast. His mother smiling a whole year's worth, shamelessly kissing butts. More coffee, Mr. So-and-so? Is the toast warm enough, Miss So-and-so? The strangers in his house are writers. They stay in 8 cabins in the meadow, which Worm has to mow. Most of them take their meals in his dining room. The rest of the time, they're in their cabins, writing away. His parents advertise it online. Writer's Retreat. Just you and your manuscript in the beauty and solitude of the Pocono Mountains. Every morning, Worm dreads the endless walk through the dining room. He hates it as much as he hates mirrors. He cannot believe he once looked forward to it. His mother claims that when he was really little, he used to entertain the dining room writers by singing, "I'm a little teapot," for them, complete with adorable gestures. Worm has no memory of this, and the older he gets, the more he doubts it's true. What he does remember is his mother introducing him to each week's new batch of writers. This is our son, Robbie. You can thank him for your fresh towels each day, followed by a blitz. Hi, Robbie. Hi, Robbie. Hi, Robbie. Things came to a head 1 year ago when his mother roadblocked him and introduced him to some supposedly famous writer of books for kids. Robbie, this is Gwen Nevins. To Worm's horror, the lady put down her fork, wiped her mouth with a napkin, and stood, as if Worm was some big shot or something. Robbie, she said, nice to meet you, and stuck out her hand. Worm heard his mother say, Robbie devours your books. Worm sent her his look of surprise. Do I? He said, and gave the writer's hand a limp fish and escaped into the kitchen. His mother never introduced him again. Now, on the second Wednesday in June, he practically sprints through the dining room and almost makes it before some old lady quacks, Hi there, young man. He sends his signature response, a quick upflip of his hand, and he's into the kitchen. He feels his daily microsecond of relief, and then, as always, it's gone. For all he's done is go from one stage to another, one spotlight to another. Worm doesn't consider himself a hater. You have to care to hate. You have to give a crap. And frankly, there's not a whole lot Worm gives a crap about. But there is one thing he does hate with a passion. Maybe even more than school. He hates being the center of attention. In the spotlight. He's just shy, his mother has said to people 1,000 times explaining his behavior. Worm is sure there's a better word out there, but he hasn't found it. He knows why he's shy these days, to the point where it's hard to believe he's ever been anything but. And even though he increasingly believes his mother is lying about him performing I'm a Little Teapot, he sometimes curls himself around a secret he can't tell. He kind of likes it. It weirdly fascinates him to think he might once have been different. Whatever happened to that little teapot?